With this session update, I'm Shannon Lurkey. Republican lawmakers called a press conference to introduce a bill that would increase penalties for those who injure law enforcement officers. Officer Eric Matson nearly lost his life in January of last year, sustaining injuries that required multiple surgeries and extensive treatments. Here's that press conference.
My name is Senator John Jasinski from District 24, which is the communities of Faribault, Otana, Waseca, and the surrounding communities. It's especially great to see Officer Eric Matson and his wife here today and how great Eric is doing. Thank them for making the trip today with the snow pending. I still remember when I heard about Officer Eric Matson's shooting in January. It was actually the next day, January 8th. We were at a Senate leadership retreat, and my heart sunk when I heard the news. I think everyone in this room felt the same emotions: anger, shock, sadness. For those of us who live in southern Minnesota, it was as if one of our own family members had gotten injured. I know I immediately said a prayer, and as I'm sure many of you did. It really underscores the risks that law enforcement officers face each day. Even in the course of a, quote, normal day, an officer may have to make dozens of split decisions or encounter multiple tense situations, any one which can quickly turn tragic. They have to make incredibly consequential decisions in split second, and they have to be right every time. Peace officers know this going into the job, and we are grateful they are willing to put their life in harm's way. What we overlook is the impact it has on officers' family. Every morning when they watch their mother, their father, their husband, or wife head off to work, they don't know what might end up happening. So we thank our law enforcement for their service, and we should thank their families as well. That's why Representative John Petersburg and myself wanted to do this bill, as a way of telling law enforcement officers that we know their jobs are uniquely dangerous, and the legal system is going to weigh that more heavily when prosecuting these criminals. This is a common sense, pro-public safety bill that treats law enforcement officers with the respect and honor they deserve. Any attempt on an officer's life must be met with punishment that matches the heinousness of the crime. We are going to make sure officers and their families get justice. Today, Senate File 82 is being introduced on the floor, which is a bipartisan bill. It's a bill for an act relating to public safety, increasing the penalty for certain attempts to commit murder in the first degree. I would like to thank my co-authors in the Senate, Senators Dornick, Senator Miller, Senator Hoffman, and Senator Tomassoni. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Representative Petersburg. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator, for starting this off. First of all, thank you all for coming here for this event and to get more information about this bill. We are here because of the sacrifice of Eric Matson, his sacrifice while he was protecting our public safety and our community. Senator Jasinski shared with you a lot of the background and the insights and the particulars, but I think some of them are worth repeating. In a little bit, you will hear from Eric and Megan about the aftermath and what happened to them, so I won't belabor that, and I'll try to keep my remarks brief. I believe the importance of this bill is amplified by many of the events over the last year. Our law enforcement personnel are being asked to protect all of us during times of peace and during times of public discourse to keep us safe. We ask them to follow policies and laws we set for them, and we, all of us, have a duty and expectation to respect that authority. I believe that when a perpetrator of a crime uses deadly force, that they are intending extreme bodily harm and death. My grandfather was the chief of police in a small town in Minnesota here, and my brother-in-law has retired as a sergeant in the police force down in Phoenix. So I understand and know perfectly well what they do and how they accept that responsibility each and every time they put on that uniform. It is a dangerous profession. We have a duty to do what we can to provide as much protection for our personnel safety, our law enforcement safety, and provide deterrence against violence against them. This bill will bring the consequences and accountability in line with what I think they actually wish to perpetrate, and it will bring us also in line with judges and district attorneys, etc. I think it is time that we tell our law enforcement personnel that we support them and that we have their backs. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to District Attorney Rachel Cornelius, who will give you some more insight.
Hello, my name is Rachel Cornelius. I'm the Waseca County Attorney. After prosecuting the case for the attempted murder of Officer Eric Matson, Officer Andrew Herron, and Sergeant Tim Schrader, it was clear that there was a glaring gap in our current statutes. The current sentencing guidelines only allow for a defendant who is charged in the attempted first-degree murder of a police officer, prosecutor, judge, or corrections officer to be sentenced to 20 years in prison, and they are also eligible for early release on parole. That means the person who shot Officer Matson could have gone out in only 14 years had he not also shot at Officer Herron and Sergeant Schrader. Also under the current law, if a second police officer is shot, the defendant will only receive an additional 15 years for that second officer, insinuating a second officer's life is less valuable. The current law does not account for if the officer or officers are gravely injured, almost die, have to learn how to eat, walk, and talk all over again, and possibly not ever return to work. We provided for higher penalties for the murder of police officers, but there was no similar increases for the penalties for attempted murder. This legislation fixes that and gives prosecutors in Minnesota, like myself, another tool in our toolbox to pursue violent criminals. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Brian Peters. I'm the Executive Director of the Minnesota Police and Peace Officers Association. I'm here today to ask for bipartisan support from both the Senate and the House on this bill. What we've seen over the last year is unacceptable when it comes to people shooting at our law enforcement. We've had a shooting in Brooklyn Park, Minneapolis, Ramsey County, and ironically this morning we had another incident in Minneapolis where the police officers were shot at. I'm here to ask that we make the penalty stronger for this offense. And that's what this bill does. It also protects judges, prosecutors, correctional officers, which are just as important. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome. My name is Jim Mortensen, and I'm the Executive Director for Law Enforcement Labor Services, and we represent the Waseca Police Department and the officers there, as well as 6,400 other public safety professionals throughout the state of Minnesota. We would like to take this opportunity to thank Officer Eric Matson, his wife Megan, the Matson family, the Waseca County Attorney Rachel Cornelius, Senator Jasinski, and Representative Petersburg for bringing this very important piece of legislation forward. With today's uptick in officers being assaulted by gun violence, every police officer in this state needs to know that our Minnesota legislature has their backs when these violent criminals are attempting to murder them through the use of a firearm. As you can see, Officer Matson has served his community well to protect them from harm. He is the definition of a true American hero. The least we can do for him and every other officer out there protecting our communities is to pass this legislation that adequately holds violent criminals accountable for their actions. With that being said, we respectfully request the entire Minnesota legislature and the governor to support this bill. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming out this morning. I'm Megan Matson.
I'm Eric Matson.
It's a great honor to be in the presence of all these men and women that stand behind us representing our state of Minnesota. As a couple, we believe that there is a purpose to why the Lord chose Eric that night. We are turning a tragic event that happened to our family into something purposeful. With the Lord by our side, we listen to him, and he guides and he provides for us. When I asked Waseca County Attorney Rachel Cornelius what needed to happen to make changes, she said we needed to change the law and we should try. I brought up the idea to Eric about the Matson bill, and he said it would be wonderful, very helpful. I told Rachel, let's do this. We knew it needed to be big. We knew we needed her knowledge to make this happen. Brian Peters with the MPPOA has played a really big role in this, getting us connected with the right people back and forth over the past few months through Zoom calls. Thank you to each and every one of you for your time. Passing this bill would mean a lot to us. It would feel like a big thank you to all the men and women that helped us along Eric's journey. To know that if and when this happens again, that the next family will have better justice than what was offered to us. There'll never be enough justice, but this is a start. Thank you.
I wish I could say this would be the last time we'd have to prosecute this crime, but unfortunately that's probably not going to be the case. But thank you for acknowledging how our jobs as police officers are never normal, and that we have a number of circumstances that can go wrong and be very tragic. And thank you for all the support this past year and all the prayers and kind gestures from everybody. It's been amazing, but it's definitely been a whirlwind to recover. So thank you again for having us here this morning.
You open it up for questions.
And with that, we'll open it up for any questions.
Senator and County Attorney, if you could just provide a little bit more of an explanation as to the potential that this person could have gotten out in 14 years had there not been other crimes layered on top of that, just so that, you know, we can be clear on
So the maximum penalty under the law currently is 20 years. The 14 years I was referring to earlier is the 2/3, 1/3. So when you're allowed to have early release, the 1/3 time off of 20 years would have been 14 years.
And the fact that he got 35 is only because there were other crimes involved.
Because there were other officers involved, and so it was 20 years plus 15 years equaled the 35.
Okay, and the 35 years, that's not what he'll serve, right?
Correct. He'll get 1/3 off of that and be able to be eligible for supervised release.
The 30 years in this bill would not, it would eliminate the 1/3 rule, is that right?
That is my understanding.
Any other questions? If not, I'd like Senator John Hoffman on the other side of the aisle, if he'd like to speak as well.
Thank you, Senator Jasinski. And Matson family, first of all, thank you for your service to not only your local community, but to the state of Minnesota. And in our trying times right now, we even look around our state capitol, and if it wasn't for our state troopers, this would not be a very safe place to be. And just seeing the presence of law enforcement brings a lot of less anxiety. I mean, that's what it's all about. Can I have a safe place to go? And what you were providing in your local community was a safe place to be. And what happened to you, unfortunately, the state statute said, well, this is the condition of how we're going to do this. And if it wasn't being able to add on those other charges, then there would be no justice. There's never going to be any justice in this, but we need to level the playing field. And so, Senator Jasinski, thank you for adding me on this bill. We are here because we want to not only take in consideration and say thank you, but we also want to say we want to protect those that protect us. Thank you.
Thank you again. Any other questions? Seeing none, again, thank you, Eric Matson and Megan, for coming up, and everyone else. Thank you for attending today. Go ahead.
I thought I'd take advantage of this moment. I think the year anniversary was January 6th, correct? Yep. It's been a little bit over a year. Everyone can see, obviously, the progress that Eric has made. I'm going to take advantage of this and ask everyone just to do a quick round of applause for him. Thank you.